Hello, I'm Taylor Beard. I am a senior at the University of Cincinnati. I am working on my social work degree, and over the past year, I've been working at Bethany House Services, which is a homeless shelter for families, and I was pulling research. And my research question is, what are the causes and effects / consequences of the lack of stabilization for those who are homeless, and how does one successfully maintain stability? I added the last question just to really find what makes somebody successful. We don't want to know what makes somebody unsuccessful, but what are the things that are making people successful so we can learn and grow from there. So, the problem at hand is the rapid spike of homelessness, especially during the years of 2019 through 2020. There was a 15% increase, which was found by HUD, um, mainly due to the pandemic, and then also ranging from that was mental health and physical health. Those were all the problems that were found in scholarly articles and also the research I've done at my field placement. Many people have underlying assumptions about the homeless population and why they're homeless. Many people like to say that homeless people are lazy, that's why they can't get a job, or they're simply just not educated enough. My personal assumptions differ from many people's just because growing up, I was exposed to homelessness at an early age due to my parents' church, and we did outreach and we hosted soup kitchens to feed the homeless. So I really got to know these people, and I knew that their situation was different. The background of homelessness has stemmed from way back when due to people's mental health, physical health, or even their emotional state. Um, Also, homelessness can be affected by social life, environment, and also just their job status, which is the biggest one that a lot of people associate homelessness with. These are common issues that are found in homelessness / instability. So the implications of my study is to simply just reduce the number of homelessness. It's become such a huge issue and it's just increasing over the years. So that is why I'm measuring the results that I'm getting to see the leading causes. And then also when I find the leading causes, it's properly assessing the challenges at hand and then also coming up with solutions to better serve people who are facing homelessness and instability. Why is this study justified? It's the increasing rates of homelessness that justifies the study. There needs to be a solution, and with the solution, we have to problem solve to better form that solution. And a huge part of it is just advocating for these people who really don't have a voice or they just don't know how to go about asking for services or reaching out and receiving services. So, on the social work and its advocacy, that is a huge thing that is drilled into our head since we began our social work program. And then with that comes strategizing. So after problem solving and all that, strategizing a way to better serve the community at hand and the population at hand. And that is the justification of the study. So, the purpose of the research is to understand the underlying causes of homelessness and then also, just like I've stated several times, to improve services and programs that are provided to these people so that way they can have better access to housing. The study I conducted was qualitative. I really wanted deep personal answers, not your standard typical yes no questions. I really want to find the root and the causes of the issues at hand. Collecting all my data, I used a survey. I asked 3 of my clients that I've been working with, and then I also just used my company's database. And like stated previously, I used scholarly articles to compare and contrast the data that I have found. So my research design was experimental, and then the type of study was exploratory. Just kind of picking people's brains to see what they feel they lacked or what they needed before they were unstable or homeless. So, what I found when conducting my research was mental health, physical health, environmental, and social environment all played a part of people's positions. Also, just joblessness, and then the biggest one was the pandemic. A lot of the clients I talked to spoke about the pandemic being the reason they're in the position they are in. Um, and it is very sad. Um, and we can't really go back and change COVID, but what we can do is move forward and improve the services available to people. I took a quick little survey about from clients who were once unstable or were homeless and asked what made them successful and how they maintained their housing or received their housing. And many clients said it was the budgeting and saving. They really got to see what their money comes from and how much they make and where that money goes to. And then another client just said working at the same job and just building from there because I know it gets hectic when they're bouncing from place to place. So just having a stable job as well. And then one of my clients said, remembering where you came from, just remembering where you were once homeless and you didn't want to be back on the streets. And that's what she told me. She said she remembers what it was like to be unstable and she does not want to go back there. So she's going to do whatever it takes to maintain her housing. And that is what made my client successful.